was especially brutal. In 1941, the Nazis launched Operation Barbarossa and smashed into Russia. However, the Soviet Union had an ace up their sleeve. They had more trained snipers than any other nation in the history of war. Among them, a weapon the Germans never expected or accounted for. The Red Army had 2,000 well-trained and ruthlessly efficient women snipers. The sniper was an integral part of the Red Army's battle doctrine in World War II. Soviet snipers were used everywhere, in field, swamp, tundra, and city. They held the line at Moscow, broke the Nazi siege of Stalingrad, and stormed into Berlin.
We wanted to win because the Nazi invasion was unjust and we were fighting a just war. We wanted to liberate our country. I'm proud of fighting. I was doing my job.
Under Stalin, an entire sniper movement started in which achievements were glorified and everyone was encouraged to be a sniper, act like a sniper.
The most legendary and lauded Red Army sniper of all was Vasily Zaytsev, a seasoned hunter from Russia's Ural Mountains. His feats in the battle for Stalingrad would make him the most famous sniper of all time.
In 1 month, he killed 137 Nazis, and in 2 months of the Stalingrad battle, he killed 242 Nazis. Zaytsev had a natural talent.
Zaytsev and his unit, the 284th Infantry Division, moved into the battle zone in September 1942. The German 6th Army, led by General Friedrich Paulus, had crossed the Volga River and smashed into Stalingrad in August 1941.
It was street fighting from house to house, within the same house, in the rubble of Stalingrad. And the last 2 months, it was basically snipers trying to pick off the enemy soldiers.
The Germans called it the War of the Rats because the only way to move without being seen or shot quickly was to burrow underneath and go through walls the way a rat would sneak through a town.
In November of 1942, sniper ace Vasily Zaytsev had been warned that the best German sniper, Major Erwin Koenig, had been sent from Berlin to find and kill him. Zaytsev, a natural sniper, decided the best defense was a good offense. He went looking for Koenig.
The key always is headshot wounds. If there's a lot of headshot wounds in a specific area, you can usually say it's down to a sniper. Zaytsev was known to have done a little bit of research, found the area that an awful lot of headshots were taking place, and then moved into the area himself with his spotter.
Zaytsev watched over the area, and he thought, would he be in the tank? Would he be in the bunker? No, if I was him, I would be under the metal. So he talked to his partner, his spotter, and the spotter raised a glove up on a stick. Koenig shot at the glove, and when he did, they saw the glint of Koenig's scope underneath the sheet of steel, and that's where Zaytsev took the shot and killed Koenig. Is the story true? The Russians say it is.
One astonishing fact is indisputable. For the first time in modern battle history, the Soviet Army in World War II used women in combat. Some 2,000 were trained as snipers.
I think women are more patient, in some situations more resilient and observant than men. These qualities made them good snipers in wartime.
Lydia Gudovantseva volunteered for this rare and deadly duty in 1942, when she was only 18 years old. For the first time ever on camera, Lydia tells us her remarkable story.
Naturally, we girls were scared. We had no idea what our first engagement would be like, and if we would see the target or not, and if we would really be able to fire at a living man we would see in the scope. We had all these fears.
After training in a center just outside of Moscow, Lydia and her partner, Sasha, were sent to the northwest front of Russia. She did not have to wait long for her first enemy encounter.
When I first saw the German in the scope, he came out of the woods. He was walking boldly, whistling. Then I decided to fire at him. My hand was firm, though it was my first shot. To be honest, my heart skipped a beat, and I suddenly felt very sorry for him. What else could I feel? It was a human being.
However, the action was not over. Lydia saw a second German trying to retrieve the body of his fallen comrade.
I gave a signal to Sasha, my partner, and she fired and killed him.
On April 9th, 1945, Lydia Gudovantseva was sent on a special mission to get a German sniper on the outskirts of Berlin. She found him up in a tree. After several hours of watching, she was about to fire when she was hit.
I heard the sound of a snap, and then after a while, I realized my chin was bleeding. I was surprised. He had hit me in the chin and the jaw.
In a second, she reacted and fired back.
I fired my rifle, and I saw him fall down.
Lydia was evacuated and soon recovered from her wounds. For her extraordinary service and remarkable record of 76 kills, she was awarded the Order of the Red Star. But the most celebrated and successful female sniper in the Red Army was Ludmila Pavlichenko. She killed an incredible 309 Nazis, including 36 enemy snipers.
Ludmila Pavlichenko killed a Nazi sniper. She found his notebook containing his kill record. He had killed over 500 Soviet snipers.
On May 2nd, the Red Army took Berlin, and the Second World War in Europe was won.
I am proud because I managed to take revenge for my loved ones. My two brothers killed by German bullets. Honestly, I took revenge for myself too. I did not let them kill me.
Of the 2,000 women trained as snipers, only 500 survived the war.
Of course, I lost friends. Lubia Besedina, a lively Siberian girl from my section, was killed. She faced a terrible death. She was killed by mortar fire. She was spotted, and an explosion near her tore off the left part of her back. She was dying, but still conscious, and she pleaded with us to help her live for just a few more hours.
Tragically, Lydia's friend died within the hour. The sniper, east and west,